There is a critical event happening next week that will tip the balance of the democratic principles of the West. And no, it is not an exaggeration. We just had the primaries for the presidential election, and next Sunday we will have the two leading candidates on a face-off to determine who will win the presidency. One of the candidates is a wealthy lawyer who has never held public office. Threw in a blender Trump, Bukele, Milei, and Bolsonaro. He's one to use language like save the country, and he puts God first. He also famously sues journalists who simply ask about his dubious work. Funny how he claims that he's going to clean up all this corruption and crime when he himself was defending it as a lawyer. He wants to install mega prisons and open carrying guns, and only the traditional family has a place in his worldview. Tell me, what other country uses that type of rhetoric? On the other hand, we have a candidate that was brought up in an activist family. His dad was a senator that was assassinated by the state because he was a leftist. 16 years in Congress, and he has led legislation that has broadened the access of protections for SA victims. He has made community service an alternative to mandatory military service, and he was one of the leading figures in the peace process of 2016, a social justice landmark that was recognized worldwide. It is important to point out that the current administration is of his same party, so most people that don't agree with that government just see it as we need to have a radical change because we were not satisfied with his 4 years, which is a valid point, except for the radical change part, because most people's reason is so simplistic that they just want the opposite of whatever I didn't like, instead of figuring out what were the bits and pieces that didn't work so that we can continue in that direction, but maybe execute it differently. Colombia now has the opportunity to see what other countries have done under that type of ideology and not allow it in government. Colombianos, ¿vamos a hacer un ejemplo de progreso o retroceso?